kill you.
Hello, my name is Sadi and this is CineStuff. Today, we're going to see how you can make any scene have a scary and spooky vibe. How can we turn this into this? To do that, we're going to have to take two main things into consideration. First thing is the camera composition, and the second one is, of course, lighting. First one, camera composition. That is super easy. All you've got to do is you've got to think about angles that give you a voyeuristic look onto the character. So for example, if I want to create this feeling that someone is stalking the character, I would put some stuff in the foreground and let the camera act as if like someone is kind of spying from the shadows. The second composition rule that will really sell this effect is the camera angle. Now the camera angle has to make our character look as if he's in a weak position. So it has to be high. Whenever the camera is high and is looking down at our subject, it shows us that our subject is out of control. He's not the dominating figure in the frame. Second thing about dominance in the frame is that our subject is not filling up the frame. Now the last thing to think about in terms of composition is the lens that you're going to use. Which lens works better to make our character look powerless? For me, it'll be something around the 50 or 85. A lens that could get really close to the subject and make him kind of confined in the space. The lens also gives this compressing feeling to the whole image. Now that we're done with composition, what we're going to talk about next is lighting. Lighting here is crucial. What you need to understand is that the scene needs to have a low-key feeling. Now that means that the contrast is very high. I know it's very confusing because it's low-key and high contrast, but this is how it works. What we need to do is create pools of light and shadow to play around with. Our subject needs to be just kissed by a highlight and everything else needs to be fading away into the shadows. And don't forget, darkness is perfect for these kind of scenarios because darkness and shadows is the unknown. Now, taking this low-key setup into consideration, what we need to do is determine where the source light is coming from. Now, the source light is your main light in the scene. Here, we're doing a night scene. In this night scene, what would light up if you have a window? It's the moonlight. Now that said, inside someone might have a practical, like a lamp for example. But of course you gotta keep the lamp a little bit dim. Now what you could do to dim down the lamp a little bit is you can either use a dimmer, which you can get from any home appliance store, and just basically install it on your lamp and dim it down if the lamp doesn't have one already. Plus what you could do, which I find myself doing a lot because sometimes it's actually faster, is just adding an ND gel to the bulb, or even sometimes replacing the whole bulb with one of my little lighting fixtures. Now with the moonlight being our main source of light, we get this really nice bluish effect. Here in this setup, what we also have that emits light is the computer screen, either by an outside light mimicking it, or even use the light itself. One thing that you have to be careful with in screens is of course the shutter speed. Sometimes the screen starts to flicker in a weird way, so just dial in that shutter speed to the perfect measurement and you've got it done. So that's the main room lit. Now, just to make it even scarier, what we're going to do is going to light a little bit outside the room. We're going to put a couple of extra lights on. All we have to do is just add an effects light to give us a strobe that mimics lightning. You can even grab just a branch from outside and just put it in front of it just to sell that feeling a bit more. And the last thing that we'll do, just to add a little bit more dimension so that we can see pools of light, as we said, either turn on light on the top of the staircase or just even put one of your own. Now you've got yourself a fully lit, scary scene.
Kill you. Hey, you.
Alright guys, if you like that video, please subscribe and hit that bell button. And until next time, CineStuff out.